Return to Pandora. James Cameron's Avatar, Fire and Ash, lights up global box office with $345 million opening. There's something almost magical about watching audiences around the world collectively decide to journey back to Pandora. This weekend, moviegoers in 53 countries made that choice, helping James Cameron's latest visual masterpiece, Avatar, Fire and Ash, soar to an impressive $345 million global opening, making it 2025's second biggest debut, behind Disney's own Zootopia 2. The numbers tell an encouraging story. $88 million domestically and $257 million internationally, with premium formats like IMAX contributing a remarkable $43.6 million globally. While some analysts had hoped for a bigger North American opening, the film's performance follows the franchise's well-established pattern: steady, sustained success rather than explosive fireworks. The marathon, not the sprint. Avatar films have always been known for their marathon box office trajectories, explains Paul Dergerbedian, ComScore's head of marketplace trends. And he's absolutely right. The original 2009 Avatar opened to what many considered a modest $77 million domestically. Yet it went on to become the highest-grossing film of all time, with $2.92 billion worldwide. The Way of Water similarly started with $134 million before eventually reaching $2.3 billion globally. This time around, Fire and Ash benefits from perfect timing. Released on December 19th, the film has the entire holiday season and early January to build momentum, with families gathering for Christmas and New Year celebrations looking for that special theatrical experience. Cameron's immersive spectacle offers exactly what living room streaming can't replicate. The film's nearly 3-hour and 17-minute runtime, yes, it's the longest Avatar yet, hasn't deterred the faithful. Instead, it seems audiences appreciate the director's refusal to compromise his vision for convenience. When you're creating entire worlds, apparently, you need the time to do them justice. China embraces Pandora again. One of the weekend's most heartening stories comes from China, where Fire and Ash opened at number 1 with $57.6 million, actually ahead of where The Way of Water started in that crucial market. This performance is particularly significant given Hollywood's recent struggles in the world's largest cinema market, where domestic productions have increasingly dominated. The film also claimed the top spot across Europe with $109.4 million, including record-breaking debuts for any 2025 studio title in France, $21.4 million, Germany, $18 million, Spain, Austria, and numerous other markets. South Korea surprised many with $13.6 million, marking the biggest opening weekend of the year there. Even typically challenging markets like Vietnam and Indonesia delivered their best-ever Avatar openings. As James Cameron continues to break new ground with Avatar, the indelible connection between IMAX and this one-of-a-kind franchise endures, said Rich Gelfond, CEO of IMAX, celebrating what became IMAX's biggest opening of 2025 and the 5th largest in the company's history. The premium experience factor. What's particularly fascinating about Fire and Ash's success is how audiences are choosing to see it. Disney reports that 3D and premium theaters accounted for 66% of the weekend total, an extraordinary figure that speaks to Cameron's reputation for pushing technological boundaries. IMAX and other premium formats delivered 56% of all tickets sold, with average ticket prices reaching $16.66 compared to $14.43 for The Way of Water. This isn't just about moviegoers spending more money. It's about them recognizing that certain films demand to be experienced in the most immersive way possible. Cameron spent 8 years crafting Fire and Ash with over 3,000 artists, and audiences clearly want to see every detail rendered in the biggest, brightest formats available. The director's commitment to technical excellence is paying dividends. He personally selected China's cutting-edge Cinity format, featuring 4K resolution, 3D capability, and 48 frames per second projection for the film's first global footage reveal. That kind of respect for international cinema technology resonates with audiences worldwide, who appreciate being treated as sophisticated consumers rather than afterthoughts. The competition and context. Fire and Ash didn't have the box office weekend to itself. Faith-based animation David from Angel Studios earned a respectable $22 million to finish second, while Lionsgate's psychological thriller The Housemaid, starring Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney, grabbed third place with $19 million. Paramount's The SpongeBob Movie, Search for SquarePants rounded out the top four with $16 million. In another era, these would be solid but not spectacular results. But released during what Dirter calls one of the busiest stretches for movie theaters, they represent a healthy ecosystem where different genres can coexist and find their audiences. The weekend generated $178.6 million across all titles, up 25% from the same period last year. For the year overall, the domestic box office sits at $8.35 billion, just 1% ahead of 2024, but still 22.5% behind pre-pandemic 2019 levels. While some distribution executives doubt the industry will cross the $9 billion threshold, there's cautious optimism that 2026 could mark the biggest post-pandemic year yet. A family affair continues. What makes the Avatar franchise special isn't just its visual splendor. It's the emotional core Cameron insists on building into these spectacular worlds. Fire and Ash continues following the Sully family, with Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, and Kate Winslet all returning to roles that feel like comfortable reunions for fans. The film introduces the Ash Gnostics, expanding Pandora's ecosystem in ways that Cameron promises will surprise even longtime enthusiasts. Early audience reactions have been overwhelmingly positive, with a 72% definite recommend on post-track from opening night viewers. Interestingly, women under 25 gave it the highest recommendation at 78%, while men over 25, representing 41% of the audience, scored at 75%. The diversity of the audience tells its own story. 45% Caucasian, 25% Latino and Hispanic, 16% Black, 12% Asian American, and 6% Native American/other. This is what successful modern blockbusters look like, appealing across demographic lines through universal themes of family, belonging, and environmental stewardship. The road ahead. With approximately 62% of opening weekend viewers identifying as big Avatar fans and another 29% as somewhat fans, Fire and Ash has both a devoted base and room to grow. The film's strong social scores domestically and abroad suggest positive word of mouth will drive attendance through the holidays and into January. Critics have been somewhat divided, with Rotten Tomatoes showing 67% positive reviews. The consensus acknowledges the film remains on the cutting edge of visual effects, while noting it repeats the narrative beats of its predecessors to frustrating effect. But for a franchise built on spectacle and emotion, those stunning visuals continue delivering one-of-a-kind thrills. The movie faces significant financial pressure, with production costs estimated at $400 million and marketing around $150 million. That means Fire and Ash needs to generate substantial returns to justify its enormous budget and greenlight the already planned Avatar 4 and Avatar 5, scheduled for 2029 and 2031. Welcome back to Pandora. The journey is just beginning.